So Sister Prosperity, it's still a echo for some reason. Okay, let me take it off now and see if I can. Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, so as you can see, our distinguished guest, Miss Prosperity, is here. We're working on a few technical difficulties, so we don't have to extinguish her. All right, welcome, because you know she has something to say. So go ahead, folks. Hope you're having a wonderful Saturday. Sister Prosperity, how are you doing? Guess you're going to have to send me some sign language signals. But go ahead and hit that like button, folks. I'm glad you're here. I'm having a wonderful Saturday. Thank you for asking. As I said, Sister Prosperity is working on some technical issues, and then she'll be joining us. How are you, my girls? Thank you for being here, Troublemaker. CJ, thank you for your service, sir. Thank you for being with us. And anyone else who's with us whose name I did not call. So I don't know. CJ! Boom! Now, you know, things are so bad. The Bears are leaving Chicago. So everything we've been talking about, and our great Sister Prosperity, we've been watching, of course, the city council meetings. Oh, my God. It's bad. So tell me what your thoughts are. I will, where are we here? Yeah. Of course, this is obviously a loss of tradition. How you doing, Livy boy? And I think it's just so sad that Emperor Johnson, as well as the city council, they chose sides. Unfortunately, they chose the wrong side, but it is what it is. And so the Bears, for anyone who wants to know, the Bears had been in Chicago since 1921. So you know it's bad. How you doing, Greg? And Nemo has been found. I think it's awful. And what can you say, right? Nemo, Greg, I hope I got everyone. Nemo, I got Nemo. Okay, all right. So yeah, that's just where we are. Sister Prosperity will be joining. We know we've talked about the financial situation. Of course, they're blaming everything on President Trump. No, sir, Emperor Johnson, you squandered billions of dollars on non-American citizens. Now it is time for you to pay the piper. All right, so let me see if I can get Sister Prosperity. How you doing, sis?
Yeah, technical difficulties is a joke here. I'm well. How are you?
Fine. Hey, it sounds a lot better now. So hey, you're whatever you did, that sound is gone. So hey, we're glad you're here. They were waiting.
I'm on my phone right now because my computer is having some issues that I don't have time to troubleshoot.
Oh
So
yeah.
let's get to this.
Yes, ma'am. So what are your thoughts now? Before you joined us, I said this is a lifelong tradition for many Chicagoans. The Chicago Bears had been there since 1921. So them leaving, what does that say about your illustrious leadership?
That ain't my leadership. They selected that man. I didn't select him. Y'all know I didn't elect that man.
Okay, I see she's getting ready to get started. I was trying to see if she was listening, honey. She's ready to call me some bad words here in a minute. But right. Let us hear that Charlie Brown teacher voice. Wah, 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 wah. Yeah, we know you most assuredly did not vote for Emperor Johnson. How you doing, Vicky? And it's just so sad. I hate it for the people in Chicago like you, others who have more than 2 brain cells who are suffering as a result of the other people who are continuing to vote recklessly. And these are the ramifications. Nemo said maybe a few people will wake up. Livy Boy, the Chicago conservative, talked about this on his YouTube. It's bad. The Bears have been in Chi-Town. Yeah, they've been there since 1921. My girl said, yeah, it sucks to be in Chicago. CJ said we need to have a raffle on whether Chicago Bulls are going to be moving to. Okay, we can start a poll and see if we can figure that out, CJ, because everyone who is sick of what's going on there is going to try to go. I mean, and you can't blame them. So I have this up, and it says here, Mayor Brandon Johnson says he still believes Chicago is the best place for the Bears and that Indiana can't compete. Whatever that guy's smoking, I need some. He's delusional, okay? And he says he previously proposed that the Bears pay for 72% of a new stadium that would then be owned by the public. Why would the Bears even consider that? Yeah, you have states that give you everything, and you don't have to pay for 72% of the stadium. Why would they consider that? That's dumb. Especially in a city like Chicago, there have been more homicides than any other city. But remember, crime is down. And run by a mayor who had the worst approval rating of any mayor in U.S. history. The Bears are wise to leave. And then I will play this for you. And then we're going to let, we know Miss Prosperity is going to have something to say. Oh, my God. Here we go.
I still believe that the best place for the Chicago Bears to be is in the city of Chicago. As you know, a couple of years ago, I put forth a proposal in partnership with the Bears where they would essentially, pay for 72% of the stadium that would be owned by the public. The whole goal of that interaction wasn't necessarily just for the Bears. That proposal was about, any leader of a major city or city period would work to ensure that we have public and private partnerships. And why is that important? We're talking about thousands of jobs that would go to people in Chicago. And not just to build the stadium, but thousands of jobs that would be permanent as a result of a stadium. And I've always said that there has to be a public benefit and public use to it. And that was in that proposal. And, the idea of the Bears, I'm going to just say it like this. Arlington Heights and Indiana, it ain't Chicago.
Thank God it's not.
It's not, right? And I think any discussion that would not keep Chicago whole, I think would be short-sighted. And, again, I'm going to continue to work with everyone who is willing to partner with the city of Chicago to ensure that we have a public-private infrastructure that allows us to do great work. I still believe.
All right. So what are your thoughts on Chicago losing the Chicago Bears, Miss Prosperity? What are your thoughts?
It's actually no surprise of that because we've lost several businesses, large businesses.
Yeah.
And I've actually put posts out there on that and the businesses that we lost, like Citadel, Boeing, and many others that we had businesses with, many others.
Yeah.
And that's because of DEI.
Yep.
DEI.
Boom.
This man doesn't know anything about running a city.
No.
That's why when I told him to his face, you were not elected, you were selected.
Yep.
That tells the facts of he was put in there for the purposes of a lot of these unions, Chicago's teachers union.
Yep.
The SEIU, and many others that I went back in 2024 and called out the whole list of sponsors to get him in that position so that way he can give them what they wanted. It was never about the citizens. Never about the citizens.
No, never. And that's an excellent point. Miss Prosperity, we talk about that all the time, and that's the issue. How you doing, Jason? Haven't seen you in a while. How you doing, Ruby? And prioritizing non-citizens over U.S. citizens, and this is what you just continue to do it, so you're going to continue to get the same results. People shut up. CJ said the next NFL expansion team will be the Chicago Puffer Fishes. Okay.
I mean, look at it.
Yeah.
He's basically telling the police to be, y'all put the letter in front of itches for snitches, is
Yeah,
what he's trying to do with them.
he is.
So when you look at that and playing down are supposed to be crime stoppers, which are the police, and he's telling them, handcuffing them, and telling them not to get
Right.
involved with where it comes to the illegal aliens. Oh, but for the black communities now, you go ahead and continue to let crime be crime,
Right.
because crime on crime. Well, let me clarify that. Black crime on black crime is the narrative to push Chicago to look as it is.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That all crime is happening in black communities. And as I said many times,
Mm-hmm.
not all Chicago is crime written as bad. There are spots, well, let's say neighborhoods that are not as crime ridden as some other neighborhoods.
Right.
First of all, I wouldn't be living in one of those if it was.
No.
Secondly, when they tried to bring it to our neighborhood, I took a stand.
Right.
I was not going to stand around and just say, oh, it's okay, so that one of my kids can become a victim,
Right.
or one of us to become a victim of someone who you intended on going after. So I got involved and shut that crap down, even when I was threatened. That
Yeah.
didn't stop me. I'm still going to take a stand for what I believe in. Right is right. And I know that God got me. So I went to the crime people and told them, y'all gonna have to get that off my block.
Right.
And then they said, your block. And I said, wait a minute, maybe you didn't hear me good, because I'm going to say it again. I said my block. When
Yeah.
I pay property taxes, it's
Oh yeah.
my block.
Get that crap out of here.
Exactly. So that's why I tell people, I said, if you don't say anything, everything is going to be allowed.
That's
If
true.
you don't do anything, everything is going to get done
That's right.
against what your wishes are. People want to move away from bad areas, but
Yep.
then they want to bring that mentality to the good areas that they move to.
That's it. You have to be cognizant of that. Yeah, because then they'll turn the good areas. They'll be just like the bad. So Livy Boy said it's the south and west sides of Chicago. It's
And
crime rate.
again, there are pockets. Let's
Pockets.
clarify that.
Yeah.
There are pockets. Not all parts of the South Side have all of this going on, and not all parts of the West Side have this going on. There are pockets, so don't say all, because it's not an all matter.
And it's just like any city. You're gonna you know the good safe places to go, and you know the bad sketchy places where you don't need.
Exactly,
That's
exactly.
every city. How you doing, Doreen? How you doing, Tina?
I walk up and down my street.
Right. So,
So I mean, look at it. I go and I travel, and I know the areas that are most crime ridden versus those who are that are not. I've been
right,
out there protesting before I even went to City Hall, and taking a stand for the matters that have been going on here in Chicago.
right,
So I've been out there since, let's say, summer of 2023,
right,
and then moving on down to City Hall November 2023.
right,
Then got my first public speaking down there in December 2023.
right.
Came up with the idea of the red shirts in April of 2024. No
Right,
more blue, no matter who, go red.
right. Instead.
Exactly.
Oh wow.
So
Okay.
since that has been the movement that I have been engaged in
Right.
since the period of that time, when those illegal aliens, and I'm going to say it again, illegal aliens, because that burns Brandon. He just churns
You
with
can't
that. Oh yeah,
stand.
his blood boils.
Right. Good.
So,
Yeah.
but that's what it is.
Yeah, the Ghost Tiger says something, has something for you, sis. Says, I'm from Los Angeles, but I love my Black Chicago people. Always thought y'all were some superheroes dealing with all that mess and the cold. Oh, wow. Okay.
Thank you.
How
Thank
you
you.
doing?
Because
Ghost?
absolutely.
Yeah, she's boots on the ground now.
Oh yeah, the boots are on the creeping ground.
Yes.
It's not sitting behind these cameras and giving a good talk. I'm
Right.
out there.
She's out there. And I think Ghost Tiger is new here. Sister, please go ahead and drop your channel link,
Channel.
because
Okay.
Ghost Tiger is new and I don't think they're on your channel yet. I think everyone else who's here is already subscribed.
Oh
Robert,
yeah, you'll get an ear and an eye full on my channel about Chicago.
oh God,
The ear and I am native of Chicago. I refuse to let them bleeps run me up out of here. I'm going to stand and fight because our people have been running for centuries, forking over our stuff, our goods for
yeah,
centuries,
yeah,
allowing our businesses to be burnt down, allowing so many things. And yes, I am Christian, but see, being Christian don't mean being a punk.
right,
Okay? That's the differences. You don't have to sit here and allow the evil to take over you and keep saying, I forgive, I forgive. You forgive, but you don't stand and continue to let it happen. That's the difference.
right. All right, there we go. Okay, Ghost Tiger, just send me an email if you have something to share with me. I'll drop my email, LSIBERT, and that's going to be at ymail.com. Just remember, if I receive it, I'll respond a lot. That's not an I, that is a lowercase L. And then my last name, SIBERT at ymail.com. If I receive it, I will respond. Okay, Doreen said she voted early. Tina, I can't believe what they did with the property tax, excuse me. And let me read this from CJ, because I'm in agreement. How you doing, Baldwin Birds? I may be petty, but Johnson and Pritzker are the reason why the Chicago Bears are leaving. I'm ecstatic that the Bears are leaving. Reap what you sow. Boom. Yeah, they just think they're going to continue to, waste taxpayer money and then make Chicagoans foot the bill. And
Right?
so people are tired of that. They said, nope, tube steak. How you doing, dear? Bless you too, Ghost Tiger. Yes,
This is what
Baldwin,
I
she's
was
speaking the
saying.
truth. All right, let's listen to what Pretzel has to say, because he's angry that they're leaving too.
It was a surprise to us. The Bears actually, yesterday, we completed more than 3 hours, my team did, of discussions with the Bears. Very positive discussions, and indeed mostly agreed on a bill that would move forward this morning. But they asked us not to move forward with it this morning because they said they wanted to tweak a couple of items in the bill, which were things that we were working with them on. And so to have a statement put out by the Bears, now they're saying to us that that statement is not some confirmation that they're moving to Indiana, but rather that Indiana had asked them to say that, they're going to move forward with the negotiations in Indiana. But I have to say it's very disappointing to hear that they would put that statement out, but not say anything about the advancement that's been made in the state of Illinois. But we're waiting to hear from the Bears what they'd like to do next.
Well, you're wasting time, sir, because they're out. Okay, they're out. Boom. They are sick and tired, just like so many other businesses. Prosperity, did you do? Thank you. Livy said he just is going to sub up to your channel. Thank you so much, Livy.
Thank you. Welcome.
Ken, the cockroaches never leave, love. Everyone leaves but the cockroaches. Ken's asking, does that mean the cockroaches are good? No, the rats and cockroaches will stay. They're there with Pritzker, and the Great Emperor.
But as I mentioned earlier, if you didn't hear me earlier, that we're not all running. We're taking a stand and fighting for what is right. Don't mean that we are low income to no income people here.
Right.
Okay. I personally am not one of those. Don't collect public aid.
Oh no.
I have worked since I was a child. Child labor is what they call that.
Okay.
So what I got today is through blessings and through hard work.
Hard work.
But I'm not going to be one of my ancestors or others' ancestors that keep tucking tail and running. Where the hell are you going to keep running to?
That's true. I mean,
Because everywhere you go, you're going to keep bringing it with you, or
you have
someone going to bring it to you.
problems everywhere you go. No place is problem free. So that's an excellent point.
We could have been out in the suburbs.
Yeah.
We could have been in another state. But my mindset says, why are we continuously being the ones going to keep leaving and running from the matters? Why don't we take a stand and fight these matters? Why don't we believe and trust in God that things will change? We as people cannot do it on our own. We have to have God first in order to be able to make anything happen.
That's right. And
so I'm that one, y'all. I'm that one.
I have a question. Did you do a video on all of the businesses that have left Chicago?
I did, yes.
Okay. So what we're going to do, since we're talking about, and like I said, this is a big deal. Even if you don't care for football, folks, let me tell you this. Businesses leaving, and when you don't even, like I said, you may be like, who cares? I don't like football. You have to realize the ramifications. We all know the NFL is a $1 billion empire. So look at the trickle-down effect. Look at all of the bars. Look at the stores. I mean, restaurants. All of these people are going to be affected. So don't just be like, oh, I don't like football. I don't care. Look at the business owners. Some businesses, because I watched a special on this years ago, they make most of their money, their profit during the NFL football season.
That's true. That's right.
People, people go to the bars, they're eating, they're drinking, spending money. So there are ramifications for this.
That's right. They have a dependency on that business when
do.
the games are here. That is correct.
Millions of dollars that are generated from the Chicago Bears having football games. That money's gone.
People fly here, book hotels here in order to be able to attend these kind of things.
Yeah.
So it's just not the little insignificant matters when something like this occurs. This has an impact. And as I had mentioned earlier on last year, that I said, this don't impact me because I'm not suffering.
Right.
But the point is that others are. So this is what God had revealed to me, that I got a part in this as well. This is not about just me.
Exactly. So I have to, I'm going to play I have some more stuff here on Twitter, and then I'm going to play your video because, I want to make people understand. It doesn't matter if you like football or not. You will be affected.
Correct.
And so, I don't know why I think my screen, I don't know if something's going on with StreamYard. Last few live streams, I keep freezing, but oh well. It's not stopping the live stream. So, but anyway, CJ said Caterpillar just announced they're moving out of Illinois. Thank you, Governor Pritzker. You're now the world record holder for the governor to lose more business than people. So all of this is going on.
Correct.
Pritzker and Emperor Johnson still are unwilling to change.
Yep.
So they'll just continue to lose.
And you got to wonder why. What's behind it?
Yep. And so I had
who are they fleeing from?
Right.
Who are they afraid of? Who got them around the neck, holding them hostage?
Is it Soros? Whoever gave them all the money, that's it, because they are not changing course. So let me share this with you. So with all the issues that Chicago has, because I came across this and I'm like, I need to share this too.
Did I lose my volume? Can you hear me out?
You're fine, dear. You're fine. I can hear you. Yeah, you're just fine. Now I can't hear you, unless you're just not talking.
Okay,
But
am I having more technical difficulty here? Can you hear me?
yeah, you're fine, dear. You're fine. But this prosperity, this is what gets me. And everyone in the comment section, tell me what you think. With all the issues that are going on in Chicago, this is what they're focusing on. This is crazy. So again, they're still not concerned with helping the people of Chicago, the very people who voted them in office. So listen to this new campaign. You may be familiar with it. If not, there you go. You'll hear it here first. This is a new campaign, an F Trump campaign. How is that helping the people of Chicago? So anyway, listen to this. This is what they're working on.
Fuck Trump. Vote Juliana.
Fuck Trump. Vote Juliana.
Fuck Trump. Vote Juliana.
They said it, not me. I'm Juliana Stratton, and I'm proud to have lived my whole life on the south side of Chicago. I'm not scared of a wannabe dictator. I'm running for Senate to stand up to Donald Trump. I'll abolish ICE and hold Trump accountable for the crimes he's committed. Just like they said, fuck
Trump.
Fuck Trump.
Fuck Trump.
Vote Juliana.
That's why I approve this message.
Please. So this is what they're doing as the Bears are leaving. How you doing, Booker T? As other businesses are leaving, they're starting this campaign at the I'm going to say the Forget Trump campaign. So Miss Prosperity, could you please? Okay, Miss Prosperity, I need to add her back. There we are. Booker, how are you doing? Let us know if you are new here so we can give you a nice, warm Rolynn's Reviews welcome. So this is what they're working on as their hair is on fire. An Forget Trump campaign. My girl says that's why your city is a, I'm going to say Hades hole. Boom. There you go. Something bad is about to go down in New York City, in my opinion. The Islamics are now taking over Times Square. I see that. They're all down praying. Oh, I can't. New Yorkers are starting to wake up, and we'll stay to CJ. I've been keeping my eye on that. That's a scary scene. Booker, are you new here? Oh, okay, you're not new. Good. Hit the like button. Booker, if you have Facebook, share this stream out. So we can bring more people into the conversation. We're talking about what's going on with the Bears. And as Rome burns, they're starting a campaign, F Trump. So yeah, forget Trump. So anyway, what are your thoughts about that new campaign, sis?
I hope she don't win. She's the assistant governor to Pritzker. And I hope
she'll DEI her.
Yeah, and I hope she does not win again. I hope she loses all her positions. All of them.
Yeah.
Because she'll sell out. I have not seen one thing she has done for us.
Right.
But what she'll do is she'll follow up under Pritzker. Yes, Pritzker. Yes.
You see, she's supporting the illegal. She's trying to get abolish ICE.
Yes.
You better not. Hey, Chicagoans better not vote for her. Shoot. So
look, when we were down there at City Hall last Wednesday, I told my husband, I said, we go straight over to the court building, had that judge to sign our goddamn document that we got our case won, and give us our funding. Yeah. Okay. So we finally got that done because we don't know when we would have had that, when we would ever got the final docs on that. Yeah. Then we went over to the voters location, which is the main office in the loop of Chicago, and went and voted.
Yeah.
And interesting, as I was being told that, oh, well, your signature is not the same signature. Do you want to sign like what you signed when? When? Like over 20 years ago?
Yeah,
Signatures do change.
they do. They do.
So I ended up showing her my ID. She didn't ask for it. Okay, y'all, hear what I'm saying. My husband was not asked for his ID either to vote.
Okay.
This is at the headquarters for
Of course.
early voting.
Yep.
So that tells you again who is voting in these elections.
Yeah. So anything, like I said, somebody was asking you about the lady who's running.
Juliana Stratton,
Yeah.
bleep no.
Yeah. As soon as she talked about abolishing ICE, and then with her filthy mouth, no, ma'am, no, sir.
So there are 4 different ballots for early voting, and that's going to be also in the midterms as well in March. There's Republican, Democratic, Independent, and I believe it's the Green Party. If I'm not mistaken, I might be, but again, it's 4 from what I recall. And with that said, I told them go ahead and give me that Republican one because I'm not voting for. Look, down there at City Hall that same day that I went over to the voters board, I had my hat on that said no blue, go red.
That's
I
right.
had my shirt on. No more blue, no matter who. Go
Oh,
red
man.
on my sleeves.
I think I'm going to get a t-shirt made with that on because I am sick and tired of it. I'm done. How you doing, Steve? I also wanted to share this with you. I know you're going to be bleeping again, but here's Pretzel Pritzker. And I wanted you to also hear this, and of course now he's blaming President Trump for everything. Donald Trump owes Illinois families $2,000 per household from the cost of the tariffs. Meanwhile, Illinois families pay the highest tax burden of any citizens in the country. Yeah, he's a total clown. Let me play this for you. So again, they never mention the billions of dollars that were squandered on non-American citizens.
No.
So I don't want to hear anything Pretzel has to say, but let me play this for you. Just the gall of these people. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, well, Donald Trump owes the families of the United States and the families of the state of Illinois what seems to be about $2,000 per household for the illegal tariffs that he put on them. And so I want to know how he's going to, provide that money for the taxpayers, for the people of all of our states, but in particular for the state of Illinois.
These people have a lot of gall. So yeah, I wanted to share that with you. Because of course, everything is Trump's fault. Like I said, Trump is very astute and he's very intelligent for not giving them any more money to squander. And all he has to do is, Mayor, of course, that's all they do is lie. All Trump has to do, I said that and we said that from day one. Cut federal funding. No state can make it without federal dollars. So cut the money. Boom.
But they still giving money to these illegals to get a free education in college.
Yeah. So
state funding. But
okay.
then they want the citizens to pay back for their school loans. But now you giving out free with grants, stipends, and everything else to these illegals to get a college education. So if they got a college education, who then now are they going to be over? That means they're going to be over citizens for jobs. Citizens, wake up. Wake up. Voting for a Democrat is putting yourself in a demise because they're taking away your jobs. You know, they joked with Trump talking about they're taking away black jobs. Well, the way they don't understand that they're taking away black jobs is that they're going to hire their own.
That's right.
So now you're not going to have a job. You're going to have to compete against people who going to be the true DEIs.
Those are the DEI, and they keep lying to black people, telling them, "Oh, Trump got rid of affirmative action or DEI," and that's other people were benefiting from that more than Black Americans. So stop with these lies. But they tell you that, like they're always saying, "We're going to do this, we're going to do that," and it's not for you; it's for illegals. So stop it. Where Americans are struggling out here trying to pay back college loans, they're illegals. They get it for free. So stop it.
Let me answer a question too, sis, for Robert.
Yes, ma'am.
Robert, they did a tribute to Jesse Jackson. I'm not calling him Reverend. I'm calling him Jesse Jackson.
Yep.
Down there at City Hall, they wanted people to stand and give tribute. I ain't stand on nothing, no 2 feet of mine was I standing on.
Yep.
Not for what I know about Jesse Jackson.
Yeah.
A lot of things because him being in Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
People want to oversight. They want to overlook. Do you know Martin Luther King gave Jesse Jackson a role to get him to settle down and get out of his way? And you know who can tell you about that more than I can and better than I can? That would be Citizen Kane. Citizen Kane is like one of the historians because his dad taught history in the Chicago public schools. Like my dad was a teacher in Chicago public schools.
Yeah.
Only difference with it is that I was not interested in history. And I'll tell you why I wasn't interested in history, because nothing seemed to radiate in my spirit, even as a child, about the history they were teaching in these schools.
Yeah.
I did what I had to do to pass. Only to pass. I didn't care about, I was an A student. But for history, it brought my score down to a B. Mm-hmm. Because I did only what I had to do because they were not teaching true history.
Well, yeah, because now we're just finding out the truth thanks to the internet. Everything's coming out on all of these people who were icons in the civil rights movement for years. But now every day we're learning something new. Sis, I don't know if you remember, I told you I met Jesse Jackson when I was in college, and I actually went to college with his 2 sons, Jesse Jr. as well as Jonathan. I would see them as I was walking across campus, and Jesse Jackson was always there, of course. But again, during that time, there was no internet. We didn't know he was just a civil rights icon. And now, again, over the years, especially with the advent of the internet, everything started to come out. So,
oh yeah. And you all will see that the people that they put up on high gave them all these accolades, and the freedom fighters and the peace movement and all of that. The true people, they were Republicans.
Yep.
They were Republicans. They were not, and I'm going to repeat this and scream it out, they were not Democrats.
Yep.
Democrats came and took the glory.
Yeah.
Democrats came and put in a little bit of esteem to say, hey, look at me. But it wasn't them, because I posted the truth on my channel. I just posted up a lot of that truth about what really happened. So I'm not blinded to what the truth is. And that's the reason why I said something about me and history didn't click and jive as I was coming up. Yeah. Something not right.
Yeah.
And then I learned later why.
Yeah. And it's all out for people will, instead of just playing games on computers, or doing work for their, wherever they work, you can find out everything. And I like what Tina says. American citizens need their reparations from these illegals and Democrats. Boom.
Okay.
Pretzel Pritzker and Emperor Johnson are always talking about the money that Trump owes. No. You're in no position to say anything. He doesn't owe you anything.
I called that out.
You blew on non-citizens. So no more money for you. Boom.
Yep. That was the capturing that my husband got down there at City Hall
You know, that's
the
where I got it from.
first day I was publicly speaking.
Yep, that's where I got it from. And so that's what made me think about that. Because they're always, well, you know, we could hire more police, we could do this with the schools, we could do that, but we can't get money from Trump. It's Trump's fault. No, you had the money, you squandered it. So,
Oh yeah, and like Connie said, Connie is saying this as well, and that's another video that I posted. The N word, and the hard R. Don't just say the N word, but it was the hard R
oh yeah,
that Lyndon Baines Johnson. I call him Lyndon Brandon Johnson.
is that Emperor Johnson, his long lost love child?
Gotta be.
Got
Brandon's probably from the same plantation, because he said, "Let us not forget the vision of Lyndon B. Johnson."
yeah, when he said
The
that,
vision that
yeah,
man was the most racist president that was well known, didn't care that he was known to be a racist on top of that. And yet they got the audacity to call Trump a racist.
that's why.
Lyndon B. Johnson ain't do jack crap for us. He was made to sign the civil rights
Sure.
after Everett Dirksen was the one who got the filibuster passed at the 11th hour from the Republican Party, who the blacks turned their backs on, by the way, while they still fighting for us.
Yeah.
Come on, y'all.
Look at Ruby. Look at Ruby laughing. Oh, Ruby said, not Lyndon Brand. But I'm saying I'm glad. Nemo said this is my fault. What? Nemo, I can't control sis. Shoot.
No, see, y'all can't contain me when it comes to the truth.
Yeah, when
See,
she gets
as my channel say, I'm all about displaying facts and truth. Okay? There is a difference. There is a difference with facts and what's truth.
That's
But
right.
the point is that they still put you on the right path of what you do know that won't hurt you anymore.
That's
okay? I do a lot of rhyming too. So y'all gonna hear some of that in some of my videos. But the point being, because I did poetry back in the day.
Yeah.
So the point being is that what you don't know does hurt you.
Yeah.
People don't want to know. I've even heard people say, don't tell me because I don't want to know, right?
Yeah, I've heard that.
Well, I'm the same one that say, tell me because I want to know. It forces you to have to do something or continue to settle for what you're getting delivered to you.
Those are, Nemo said, if it's not prosperity, then it's my girls. Boom.
Okay? Told my girl she need to jump on here with us.
Now you're trying to get her cranked up again. You know how.
Hey.
Look at this.
This is why I said I'm not going to sit and lie for someone.
No.
I'm not going to do it.
Right.
I'll tell you, you commit a crime, you better not do it in front of me.
No.
Because if I'm asked, I ain't lying for your ass. I'm not going down because of you, because I got a God to answer to, not you.
Hey, I told my students that last week. I said, I don't care if you are my favorite. I said, you better not commit any crimes I'm aware of. I will sing like a canary.
Yeah, I'm not going to get ready to go run and tell the whole story or anything. But if I'm being asked, you know, anything that's happening right before man is always happening before God.
Yeah, and I agree. And
I'm not gonna go do something. Don't get me wrong. Don't tell me that my thoughts don't go there now.
Right. And I wanted to share this since you look at the title of the video, Brandon Johnson in full panic. I didn't have enough to put Big Pretzel Pritzker up there. Yeah. So if you think about the tax revenue Indiana's going to get Chicago's losing, and Chicago's in no financial position to be losing anything because they're already in dire straits. So if you look at again the millions that Chicago's losing while asking taxpayers for more money, that does not make sense. If you look at the safety factor, and again, every city you can find good and bad, but if you look at the safety factor, would you want to take your family to a game in downtown Chicago right now? Be honest. Type it in the chat, and then look at this. And this is like a daily occurrence. So 17-year-old, 18-year-old charged in deadly carjacking spree across Chicago. So it's just something all the time. All right, Marquise Hill, an 18-year-old, and Marshawn Sanders. Okay, so Pookie and Ray Ray at it again. And so you can pull up, there's something all the time. And you have to think about, hey, you know, would I want my family to have to experience this? I mean, when I'm leaving home, am I going to come back? What the heck? So
that's why I walk by faith, and I decree the holy angels are encamped about me like a shield, producing supernatural increase in my life each and every day over my family, my friends, my relatives, and those who are diligently seeking the Lord.
Yes.
Those are my words. Your words matter. What you speak is what you attract. So
right.
that's why you have to know who is your God. Just like I told Brandon and the black folks down there at City Hall. Stop looking to man to be your God. Because this is where the king started. Back in the time frame that was early Old Testament, that the king started. Men wanted a king. We want a king. We want a king. Okay, so Saul sought God and talked to God, and God said, give him a king then. And they're going to see the repercussions of what a king is going to do to them.
Right.
This is where the slavery became very prominent because men wanted a king. Men needed cheap labor to no cost. And while they're getting rich off the slaves, they wanted a king.
They weren't happy. They had to have a king, and then they wound up with Saul, and then we know how that ended. But you know what?
Saul is the one that sought God because it was his children.
Yeah.
The two sons that were nothing of him. There were judges before there were kings.
That's right. That's right. Let me see this. And remember, the city of Chicago said they couldn't help the Bears. They said they couldn't give tax breaks. They said that the money wasn't there. So they told the Bears all of this, but of course they didn't tell them why. The Bears aren't stupid. They know the situation. Suddenly, if the money appears or whatever, it doesn't go to the Bears, doesn't go to the schools. It goes to the migrants. So
they're not migrants. They're illegal aliens.
Illegals.
They're not migrants. Migrants are people who are following the rules, the constitutions, learn to speak English, all of that. Those are your true migrants.
Oh, yeah.
These are illegal aliens that were given a free pass by the idiot president in office called Biden and his jerkhead Kamala that brought them upon and said, come on in. Oh, we're not going to do nothing for you. No, we can't do that, you know, to the black people. But you illegals, come on in. Yeah, because you're going to be our new voter base. Because the black people are getting a little too smart for us. You know, they're becoming those uppity ends, as Lyndon B. Johnson said. So now that they're becoming those uppity ends and learning, because true history is now going out there, now we need to get you all in here because, oh yeah, we need you all to cut our grass. We need you all to till the grounds. We need you all to pull the corn. We need you all to pull up them watermelons. We need you all to get the fruits. We need you all to build the land that was already built on black backs. Okay? Black backs. So therefore, and then when you got Biden out there talking about they the ones that built this country, that's a BS lie. Lie.
But
They did not build this country.
that's their new voting base. So, they were saying anything, and if you look at, and what made me mad, I looked at some more clips. Mayor Johnson, I'm telling you, I forgot what the guy's name is, conservative something. Anyway, he's on YouTube as well. And he's always there at the city council meetings. And if you look at Brandon Johnson, it is so disgusting. He's not listening, or he's killing your mic. And his priority again is illegals. He could give a care what you're talking about. I hope that more businesses continue to leave. And in football terms, the Bears leaving Chicago, that's one of the biggest fumbles in history. Boom.
Yes, and that also hurts Pritzker for trying to run for president. Who in the hell would vote for this man with some common sense after he done effed up Illinois?
And you want him to run the country? No.
That's crazy.
Right.
That's real crazy.
Yeah. So,
and those two don't get along either.
Right.
So, it's like the devil divided with the devil.
Right.
The kingdom is falling. See, when the devil divides with his own self, the kingdom will fall.
Oh, yeah.
So it's coming down, you all. It's coming down.
With all of the businesses leaving, with Emperor Johnson continuing to ignore people who are trying, he's not listening, even though people are still going up there talking. He's just there, but that's okay. They're going to learn FAFO. What I love is all of the people that use our Declaration of Independence as a legal reason why. Okay, James. And so, that's a big fumble. And I want people to remember that when it's time to vote. And I'm like, I agree with what she's saying. But anyway, I just pulled this up because it was talking about a crime, carjacking spree, deadly, where some people were unalive. So I wanted to share that with you. Now I'm going to share Sister Prosperity's video. Okay. Where are we? Hit that like button if you are enjoying the content. Thank you.
Yeah, this is truth and facts, you all. This is not no opinions. I don't have opinions because my opinions going to register to truth and facts.
Yeah, okay, Livy. Thank you. Ratchet Crockett, Ruby. She's finding out every day how they really feel about her, and I love it. All right. Let's go ahead and get this video started. I've already seen, there's nothing but facts in this video. So let's open this up.
The Republican Party formed because of slavery. Slavery started with kings around 11th century BCE and not in Virginia in 1619. In 1860, there were over 4 million slaves, which should have earned their freedom after 7 years. In 1621, Anthony Johnson from Angola, who was a kidnapped man with the same name as the current elected mayor.
Watch this, y'all, folks. This is hilarious, the similarities.
Was the first colored indentured slave to own land, tobacco, and slaves. In 1787, the Northwest outlawed slavery in Ohio.
I can't hear the volume on that one. Can you hear it?
Yeah, I can hear it. You can't hear it?
No.
Can everyone hear?
Can everybody else hear it? Yeah. See if they can hear it.
They said they can.
They can. I don't know. I haven't seen any responses.
Let us know if you can hear the video that's playing, please, folks. Okay. So
Nemo said you can hear it. Okay. Yeah. They can hear it. Okay, good.
Okay.
Illinois, Michigan, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. In 1790, Benjamin Franklin petitioned Congress to ban slavery. In 1806, Thomas Jefferson pushed it through to abolish slavery. In 1839, the African slave ship Amistad had slaves coming to America, but the Africans broke free and seized the ship, wanting to go back to Africa, but landed in New York and were arrested. In 1841, John Quincy Adams fought and won the Amistad slaves' freedom. In 1854, the Republican Party was formed for the purposes of freeing blacks and making all men equal. In 1863, Abraham Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation. In 1865, the Civil War brought forth the 13th Amendment during the Reconstruction era, and also the 14th and 15th Amendments for blacks in America. In 1870, the first African American were elected to the House of Representatives. They were Black Republicans. In 1876, the Confederate South, formed by Democrats, wanted to preserve slavery. But the Republican Party, where abolitionists for the express purpose of ending slavery, evolved and pushed aggressively for Reconstruction measures to secure the rights of newly freed African Americans post-Civil War. Moving ahead, after many years of the Democratic Party dangling carrots of small freebies and persuading Blacks they cared, in 1964 Civil Rights Act, they gave victory to a well-known Democratic racist president, whose name was Lyndon B. Johnson, who said he will have those end with a hard R, voting Democrats the next 200 years, and so many more racist remarks that Brandon Johnson seems to praise. But it was a Republican named Everett Dirksen from Illinois. Dirksen Federal Court was named at the 11th hour that got the Republicans to force a vote to get the bill passed. Today, many Black/tethers are overseers in the Democratic Party/plantation. They are still sabotaging the Blacks by the use of illegal aliens to take over FBA's possessions/resources, as they torture ICE to keep them here, but didn't do this during the Democratic administrations with the highest deportations, Clinton and Obama. Maintain high crime within Black communities, so they can't blame other races for racism, because it is a Black-on-Black crime. Overseers, suppress the weak and oppress the meek. If this is you, the only thing holding you back is you, because your eyes are not open to who the true enemy is. For centuries, they maintained slavery through ignorance and stopped your ability to thrive. Now come alive and see a better life on the other side. Without Republicans, there would not be Black politicians in office. Wake up.
Remember Lyndon B. Johnson's vision.
In 1850.
So that's an excellent video. I like how you draw the analogy. Oh my God. Yeah, Nemo. I love that video. It's a lot of history. It's short. It's tight, but it's right.
So that video was 3 minutes for the purposes of actually 2 minutes and 47 seconds, because I was going to actually speak on that if I were chosen in the last city council to present it before the cameras, the people, and everybody. Right. So since that didn't happen, did it here.
Okay. You said you did have a video.
Yes, I just emailed it, and I'm putting it in the chat.
That tells of all the businesses that left or that are leaving. Okay,
yes.
That's what I'm talking about. Here it is. All right, that's what I want to see. Yes, yes, yes. Hold on, I got it. Hold on, let me get this ready here. Make sure everyone can hear it. Full screen. All right. I'm setting it up for you folks. You know our sister has it together.
Well, right. If we're gonna teach history, we might as well teach the truth. Teach the facts of what actually happened. Who are the people? And you know, it's something that came as a revelation today while you're doing that.
Yes.
So let's get back to Jesse Jackson, Robert. I know quite a few others have this mindset and thought too. And Martin Luther King. Now, I like Malcolm X. Right. I do like him.
He was a straight shooter.
That's why I liked him.
He wasn't.
That's why I liked him. But now let's get to these other ones that they gave all of these accolades to. You know, like people come down there to City Hall, they get noticed and get these little upliftings of accolades and everything. And as soon as they get them, they leave. I know if you all watch my live videos, you'll see that I show that they only down there to get recognition. Right. And then they out of here. So what came to me as a revelation today is that all of this civil, what they call it, the civil prize or whatever they call that, and so forth back in the 60s because of the civil rights and la, 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 that as I was speaking about that to my husband, I said, you know, they put Black faces in there so that people can see that we accomplished this. No, we've accomplished way more than that. The things we did accomplish, they don't talk about. But the things that somebody else did and they gave credit to the Black for it, Those were the things they were doing as a way to get you hinged on to the person as a black person and say, wow, they got our backs. So now let's follow them and let's support them and let's do this. I mean, we got a lot of people who are doing this to this day. Let's support them and let's do what they're telling us to do. But you're not watching them behind the closed doors. You're only watching them outside those open doors when those curtains are closed. Let's talk about those reverends that's supposed to be out here gathering up the people to come to God as their source, as their trust, as everything that they need according to the glorious riches which are in Christ Jesus. But instead, no, they got those curtains closed. And then when they open up those curtains and they come out those doors, that's the demon talking. It's not it's not God talking, it's the demon. And when they open up their doors coming outside in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening, they should be talking the word of God. Not all about the political matters that are going on, how they can get their pockets filled because they congregants don't have the goddamn money to put into those churches because they're not feeding them well with what they need to have. Let's talk about them tithes and offerings. Oh, do y'all really want to go on that boat? Do you really want to go on that boat? Because what's really happening is that they're using the preachers here, preachers, pastors, priests, and many others of all different colors to play on your emotions.
And fleece you to death.
Fleece. Play the emotions. What do? They use children and they try to use religion to try to get you hooked, line and sinker, to bring you on that boat and make you just flip over. And next thing you know, while you out there drowning looking for a lifesaver, you don't have one.
Oh.
Let's talk about the truth, y'all. Let's talk about the facts. What's really happening? See, when you don't see a person from what's within and not outside the color of their skin, then that's when everything ends. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm not trying to rap. I just know poetry. Right. And those words flow because it's the truth. It's the facts.
Yes. Okay.
All right, sis, go ahead.
Okay, here we go. Wait a minute. Let's watch this and see what's going on here. Okay.
Boeing just sold its Chicago headquarters for $22 million.
Boeing.
They bought that building for $165 million 20 years ago. That's an 87% loss on a 36-story tower along the Chicago River.
Tax the rich is what Brandon says and gets citizens of Chicago riled up. What he is not talking about are what is an asset and what is a liability. Well, let's get a reality checklist going here. Welcome to Prosperity's channel. Whether it is winter, spring, summer, or fall, rain, sun, leaves, or snow, we will bring you news from Chicago and keep you in the know. Now, let's get started with the show. Stay to the end for the bonus. Hit that like and share for us. Illinois has a state tax rate of 4.95%, which is a flat tax regardless of your income. So let's do the math. If you make $30,000 a year, your taxes to pay will be $1,485. Now let's look at the millionaire taxes. If they had $30 million, their state tax would equate to $1,485,000. Did the millionaire pay more taxes? The bottom line is they are the economy movers in Chicago. Them staying here or leaving results to an effect that is either positive or negative. If the millionaires were to pack up and leave, those government expenses will directly impact the citizens to pay the difference and more. When politicians like Brandon Johnson is saying to tax the rich and have them pay their fair share, they already are. Without their businesses, there won't be jobs and state taxes to pay the expenses of the city. Who are you going to trust? Your property tax is skyrocketing due to businesses leaving, or a Brandon Johnson's selfish motives. Chicago does not impose a city income tax on its residents or those who work within the city limits. Illinois operates under a flat state income tax system, and state law prohibits local municipalities, including Chicago, from levying their own separate income taxes. Residents are subject to federal and Illinois state income taxes. Local governments receive a portion of the state income tax revenue through the Local Government Distributive Fund, LGDF, with distributions based on population. Your eyes should be glued on what your local government is doing more than the federal government. They directly affect and impact you. Still not convinced? Let's look at historical finance facts.
Boeing just sold its Chicago headquarters for $22 million. They bought that building for $165 million 20 years ago. That's an 87% loss on a 36-story tower along the Chicago River. The kind of loss that tells you everything you need to know about what happened to Illinois. In 2001, Phil Condit, Boeing's CEO, stepped off the plane to red carpet treatment. Every politician in Illinois was there to celebrate. Chicago had beaten Dallas and Denver to win.
Yeah, they beat them initially, but we'll see. We see who the loser is in the end. Hit that like button. This is mind-blowing. So let's continue. This is some good stuff, folks. So let's continue to listen to this.
Boeing's global headquarters. The city and state offered $60 million in tax breaks to seal the deal. Governor Ryan promised it would be an 11-to-1 return on investment. Mayor Richard Daley called it a triumph for the city. Boeing would bring 500 high-paying jobs and anchor Chicago's rise as a global business capital. The newspapers called it a championship victory. Today, the building Boeing bought sits half empty, just sold for pennies on the dollar. Boeing didn't just leave. It left behind a trail of broken promises and empty office space. When the company announced in May 2022 that it was moving headquarters to Virginia, it called the building strategically important. 18 months later, the tower was barely 52% occupied. The building at 100 North Riverside Plaza was supposed to symbolize Chicago's arrival. Instead, it became a monument to corporate abandonment. Tenants started leaving right after Boeing announced its move. One by one, the floors went dark. Boeing kept paying the bills while trying to find a buyer. Nobody wanted to pay anywhere close to what the building was worth. So Boeing dropped the price again and again until Heinz and Stahl Organization finally bought it for $22 million. Boeing will stay as a tenant, leasing 3 floors through 2032, but they'll be paying rent to someone else in a building they used to own. The company that arrived like royalty in 2001 now rents space like everyone else. That's what abandonment looks like in slow motion. Boeing wasn't alone in leaving. In 7 weeks during the summer of 2022, Chicago lost 3 Fortune 500 companies. First came Boeing in May. Then Caterpillar announced it was moving to Texas in June. A week later, Ken Griffin said he was taking Citadel to Miami. 3 massive corporations, gone in less than 2 months. Caterpillar had been in Illinois for nearly 100 years. It started in Peoria, built the machines that built America, and became synonymous with the state. The company moved to the Chicago suburb of Deerfield in 2017. 5 years later, it was gone to Irving, Texas. Ken Griffin was the richest person in Illinois. His hedge fund Citadel managed over $50 billion and employed more than 1,000 people downtown. He didn't just move his company, he moved himself and took his $50 billion net worth with him. But he'd also been warning for years that he might leave. He compared Chicago to Afghanistan on a good day because of the crime. One Citadel.
Crime is down, folks. Remember, the emperor keeps telling us. All right, this is good stuff. I'll continue.
Citadel employee got stabbed walking to work. Someone tried to carjack Griffin's own car. He said there were 25 bullet holes in the front of his building. When asked later if leaving was hard, Griffin said it was not hard at all. His employees had been asking to relocate for years. Griffin built Citadel in Chicago in 1990, fresh out of Harvard. For 30 years, he was the face of Chicago finance. His departure meant more than losing one company. It meant losing the richest person in the state and everything that came with him. The pattern kept repeating after that summer. More companies kept announcing departures. TTX, the rail car company, left Chicago for Charlotte. Tyson Foods closed its Chicago office and moved 500 jobs to Arkansas. The CNBC rankings called Illinois the 3rd least friendly state for business. The Tax Foundation said Illinois' business climate.
I thought things were great. Breaking news shot near Mar-a-Lago. Oh, wow. Okay, my girls, thank you. Yeah, and just so you know, my cat Kipper just bit my ankle. Meow. All right, CJ. Yeah, the guy who they unalived, he's from Cameron, North Carolina. That's why I live here at Fort Bragg. Fort Bragg, Cameron's the next city up, and it's only like 2 miles up the street from me. So I'm trying to find out if he's a former student. I'm doing some research on that now. Thank you for the breaking news. Okay, thank you. I'll look it up.
Dropped 10 spots in 5 years. No other Midwestern state declined. Illinois was the only one going backward. The reasons weren't hard to find. Illinois has the second highest property taxes in America. The state has more units of government than any other. That means more bureaucracy, more paperwork, more people who need to get paid. And those people have pensions. Illinois owes $140 billion in pension debt that it cannot escape. Every year, more money goes to retired workers and less goes to services. The state can't lower taxes because it can't pay its bills. So taxes keep rising while services keep declining. It's a death spiral with no exit. People follow.
If you keep voting blue, no matter who, this death spiral will continue.
The company's out.
Yep.
Illinois has lost population for 10 consecutive years.
Everybody hear that? They've lost, people have been leaving there for 10 consecutive years. In Chicago, you remember Sweet Home, Chicago used to be the place to go, but now, thank you, CJ. I just saw your email come through of your kitty cat. I will open the picture up while I'm playing this. Thank you.
That's the second longest decline in the country. From July 2023 to July 2024, Illinois lost 56,235 residents to other states. Of the people who leave, 97% move to lower tax states: Florida, Texas, Indiana, Wisconsin, Arizona. When researchers ask why people are leaving, taxes come up more than anything else. Housing and jobs matter too, but taxes are number one.
Yep.
Cook County, home to Chicago, had the second largest population drop of any county in America. More than 58,000 residents left in a single year.
Whoa.
The people leaving aren't random. They're the ones who can afford to leave. Illinois lost over 40,000 households, earning more than $200,000 per year. Those households represent just 6% of tax filers, but pay 40% of the income tax. When the rich leave, the burden falls on everyone who stays. Taxes go up again and more people leave.
Yep.
Downtown Chicago is dying in plain sight. The office vacancy rate hit 26.5% in the first quarter of 2025. That's an all-time record. It's been setting records for 11 consecutive quarters. Companies aren't just leaving Illinois, they're shrinking their offices everywhere. But Chicago is getting hit harder than most cities. The remote work revolution hit a city already struggling with other problems. Crime in the Loop scares workers away. High taxes make companies think twice about expanding. The buildings that are emptying out are losing their value. Owners who bought office towers before 2020 are watching their investments collapse. One building at 600 West Chicago Avenue sold for $510 million in 2018. It sold again in 2024 for $89 million. That's an 83% loss, even worse than what happened to Boeing's headquarters. Across downtown, 19 major office buildings sold over the past 2 years. Collectively, they lost more than $2 billion in value compared to their pre-pandemic prices. Mayor Brandon Johnson says Chicago is still a great place for business. His office points to companies that are moving in or expanding, and some companies are coming. But the overall trend is undeniable. Chicago had 35 Fortune 500 headquarters after losing 3 in 2022. That's still second in the nation, behind only New York. But the direction is wrong. Other cities are gaining headquarters while Chicago is losing them.
Yeah, and again, as we're watching all of this take place, Pretzel Pritzker and Emperor Johnson, this is a wonderful place, they're out of it.
Lies.
Yeah,
they made it the way it is. Lies.
And then they're just continue to lie. What is wrong with these people?
Habitual liars on top of that.
Yes, they are habitual liars. I have to agree. All right, here we go. This is good info.
Texas now has the most Fortune 500 companies of any state. Florida's Estado is growing faster than anyone. Those states have no income tax. They have lower property taxes and less regulation. When a company weighs the cost of operating in Illinois versus Texas, the math is simple.
Yep.
The executives look at the numbers and make a choice. Boeing's CEO said the move to Virginia was about empty office space after sending executives back to business units. But the company chose Virginia over returning to Seattle, where it was born. Chicago wasn't even in the conversation. The city that won a bidding war in 2001 didn't even get considered in 2022.
Whoa.
The state keeps trying to fight the narrative. Governor Pritzker talks about record corporate expansions, but those numbers include small moves and office openings. They don't capture the gravity of losing household names. When Boeing leaves, the damage goes beyond 500 jobs. It's the prestige, the network effects, the signal to other companies. Paul O'Connor helped recruit Boeing to Chicago in 2001. He said Boeing's arrival gave us credibility and validated us. It provided us 20 years of lift. Now that lift is gone. And so is Ken Griffin's $600 million in philanthropy and Caterpillar's century of history. And the message that Illinois was open for business. The city is spending $250 million in taxpayer money to convert empty offices to apartments. That's the plan to fill the hollow downtown. But apartments don't replace the tax revenue that offices generated. They don't bring the lunch crowds that fed local restaurants. They don't create the foot traffic that kept stores open. Downtown Chicago is reinventing itself because it has no other choice. Boeing's tower will get new tenants eventually. Heinz is a good developer with deep pockets. They'll renovate the building and find companies to fill the space. But those companies will pay a fraction of what Boeing paid. The landlord will make money because they bought at rock bottom. The loss was already taken by Boeing, and ultimately by the state that gave $60 million to lure them in. Governor Ryan is in his 90s now. He served time in federal prison for corruption, years after that Midway celebration. Mayor Daley left office in 2011 after 22 years. Almost everyone who celebrated Boeing's arrival is gone, but the building they celebrated still stands, half empty, sold for pennies. The companies that were supposed to stay left. The workers those companies employed followed them. The tax revenue that was supposed to flow dried up. And the people still in Illinois are left paying for the promises that didn't come true. Illinois' story isn't over. Plenty of companies still call the state home. Walgreens is here. Abbott Laboratories is here. McDonald's still has its headquarters in Chicago despite years of threats to leave. The city still has advantages that matter. O'Hare Airport connects Chicago to the world. 6 Class 1 and railroads run through the state. The talent pool is deep and the location is central. There are real reasons why companies stay, but the trend is clear. When Boeing bought that building in 2005, Illinois was growing. Today, it's shrinking. The people are leaving, the companies are leaving, and the money is leaving. 2 days ago, Boeing made it official. A 36-story symbol of Chicago's ambition sold for less than a parking garage.
This is really some good information, folks. This is alarming to hear. CJ, Texas Governor Abbott's already trying to get rid of. Yeah, if President Trump could do something, oh my God, please, President Trump, get rid of property taxes. There are too many people that lose their homes because they don't pay the taxes, and that shouldn't happen.
So now we do have a judge, or has a judge,
right,
that had made a decision on the properties here in Illinois.
Yes.
That for the homes that have been going to these tax sales, that they're not legal.
Oh, good.
So change is coming about. Plus, we have a new chief judge here.
Okay.
Who appears to be making a difference in a lot of these things that have been occurring under the old chief judge, Timothy Evans, by the way, that we are seeing some changes.
Right.
So that's a great thing as well. So it's just a matter of, all of these are happening. All of these things are happening. And that's what I want, the facts to be out there to know what's happening. But now, what are we going to do instead of just complain about it and say, oh, look at this happening, that's happening, and yet we're not standing up for anything. We are held accountable to that, as it says in the books of Romans, that God is not pleased with those who shrink back. You see a thing happening, you know a thing is happening, but yet not doing anything to take a stance against it. And you saying, God, why are you allowing this? No, God allowing what you allow.
Right.
What you bind on earth is bound in heaven, and what you loose on earth is loosed in heaven.
Those are facts. Okay. Hit the like button for me, please, folks. CJ said, I feel like I'm watching a new hire orientation video. This is some good info, though. Oh my God. I mean, you hear about this company leaving that, but when you see it all, she has it all compiled in one video. So it really hits home, harder because it's all in one video. So it's like, I'm like, whoa. Okay, here we go. This is good.
$165 million in, $22 million out.
If your aldermen support this, they are selling you this boatload of fill in the blank. Instead, they are doing the work of Brandon Johnson and not you or your finances. Taxing the rich more than what they already pay will cause you to have to fork up more money and lose your stability here in Chicago. Because evidence shows they either left or leaving and taking their jobs and dollars with them. This is no laughing matter when you have someone fighting against you that you chose to represent your needs.
Yes.
Look around at the many homeless Americans right now. The bottom line is Brandon Johnson chose to place illegal aliens, aka illegal migrants, illegal residents, working people, and more names he may call them, above the citizens of Chicago by outright giving them over $1 billion of expenses and resources that our taxes paid instead of what you worked hard for. When the illegals are living better than you are, living in your homes, eating your food, and getting better health care, and not to mention, beginning in January, a free ride for a college degree, which in turn will be your management position, if not executive. Watch out. Property taxes don't go up when nothing was improved. It went up because of the lack of experience in this administration to give our taxes away to people that had a choice and came to Chicagoland just to take it away from us all. Do you get it now? Focus on what is happening right here. Locally, here is an example of those that support a budget which is going to hurt you worse. He doesn't know a citizen from a resident. He supports people taking away your goods. That has not helped you to stay afloat.
I heard something that I have to comment on. I have heard again and again, let me remove my trash can. I've heard again and again that we have folks in this body that talk about their parents being migrants. My mother was a migrant. My father was a migrant. Well, what if we had not cared for them?
Legal migrants.
What if we had not provided resources for them?
Those who followed the legal pathway needed their own expenses and sponsorship.
My father was a migrant. My mother was a migrant. But today, we talk about laying out cheese for migrants.
Over $1 billion, not cheese.
Right.
That it's okay.
So, this coon needs to go. Alderman Lamont Robinson, he's on. So, yeah.
To come here. I'm for migrants. I'm for anybody to come to this town. But then we don't care for them. So are we supposed to not feed these folks?
Like a male.
Huh?
He, she, whatever it is, it looks like a male.
Yeah, he's a trip. Yeah, just I'm listening to what he says. He would never get my vote. Never.
Back to Texas. What were we supposed to do with the folks that came to the city of Chicago?
Send them back where they came from.
We can walk and chew gum, folks. This is not a migrant and a black issue.
My point. Yes, it is.
And for my colleague that I respect tremendously, not only has he given his service to the city of Chicago, but another great department. And so to my colleague, do not talk about the black community.
A white man that called out the truth of how the black community has been overlooked once again for illegal aliens. He was one of the few that spoke for black Americans.
And how it is disconnected from the migrant community. We can walk and chew gum. We have to take care of everybody.
No, Americans first.
No, we don't. We take care of Americans, sir. What a bum.
First.
Oh.
And that is why this budget is important. We have to be able to take care of all citizens.
Illegals are not, I repeat, not citizens.
And we cannot continue to kick the can down the road. But here we are.
I want to talk about how gambling disproportionately impacts Black and brown communities.
Now, you know, it's so sad that the only person standing up for Black people is a white man. And then didn't they try to attack? Don't listen to what this white man is saying. You better listen to what he's saying, because he's the only one trying to fight for you, because the rest of those coons, you see who they're fighting for. Ain't that right, sis?
Facts.
Woo! So they throw that race situation that, you know, they're the racists. Don't listen to what this white man, you better listen to what this white man is telling you, because he's the only one that was standing up for you.
And let me also say that same man is a Democrat.
Yeah, right.
But he's a godly man who is not far left and sees the wrongs.
Right. Oh my goodness, this is good stuff. All right, here we go.
It also impacts white communities, but that's not as important.
That's right, Baldwin Birds.
It impacts working families, as you guys know, AKA that's a new term for Black and brown communities. It's gambling that got us here. It's gambling that got us to a $1.2 billion deficit. We can blame maybe introducing or not introducing a head tax or debt collection or racism. The gamble that got us here today is the gamble that we made on migrants.
Yep.
Or, excuse me,
no lies were detected. He's telling the truth.
And right during that, that's when I got removed. You'll probably see me in the background.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I will.
Okay, just a second, Mr. Alderman Gardner. All right, those of you who continue to make outbursts, I'm going to ask that the Sergeant at Arms put you in a timeout. I'm going to try my best to give people, this is an important time in our city's history. I want everybody to be engaged. I really do. But you're going to have to respect just the decorum here. That's all. All right. All right.
You ever notice when you start touching upon something that's a little sensitive, people start getting riled up? It's because you're on a nerve. You're actually touching.
Alderman Gardner, thank you. Just continue to direct them.
Oh, yeah, I'm talking to you as well.
All right, thank you.
So getting back to what I was saying, the gamble that we made was on migrants or newcomers or Venezuelan nationalists or residents here illegally. Oh, yeah, I do. That's a good point. That's right.
Thank you. Thank you, Sergeant at Arms.
Okay, that's the first lady move. She was jumping on the white guy speaking.
Who?
That lady that they just escorted out.
Yes.
He was coming against him, the one that's speaking.
Right. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Thank you all. All right, Mr. Gardner, I'm listening, sir.
No one is hated more than he who speaks the truth. I want to be clear. I don't blame the migrants for coming here. We left a trail for them to come.
That's right.
I don't hate on my immigrants. My parents are immigrants to this country. I'm a first-generation American. I don't hate on any of these people who came here. They had no choice. But we left a trail for them to come. We gave them over $1 billion to come here. We invited them with free food, free clothing, free rent, free education. That's why we're here today. Yeah. We can keep talking about whatever head tax and gambling is bad and all this other stuff. We made the gamble.
That's right.
We gambled on the migrants and we lost.
Boom.
We put over $1 billion into people who've never paid a nickel into the system. Meanwhile, we told the black community, wait your turn. Wait your turn.
Yes, yes.
Meanwhile, we told the black community, wait your turn.
Woo! Yes, you did. Yes.
What happened to the budget for Black Lives United Working Families?
Yeah, let me pause this. You know, that gets a boom. Let me hit the boom again. And, just for good measure, that deserves one last. That's a 3 boomer. Woo! Yeah, that's big time there. I like that.
Remove me, goddamn, because he's telling the truth, and I don't care if I'm removed. All of y'all. Yeah, I'll go, because the rest of this is BS anyway. He's telling the truth, and I don't care. No, you got a problem with us, but you don't have a problem with them. No, I'm coming. I don't give a crap. He said all I had to say. You want to mess with the black community.
Could you remove the people who are making the outburst, please? Can you do that for us now? Thank you. Okay. Please remove those individuals who are making the outburst, please.
All them people for little old me.
Okay, we don't have a problem with people speaking their truth. We just don't want you to have outbursts. Sergeant at Arms, could you please remove the outburst, please? Thank you. And those of you who make another outburst, I'm going to ask that the Sergeant at Arms remove you. Just a second, Alderman. We'll give you your chance to continue to speak your truth. Just want some order here.
Lanita,
you may
where was
continue,
it?
Sir.
So, again, to get back to what I was saying, we told the black community, wait your turn while we gamble on the migrants. We didn't do it just in the city. We did it throughout the country.
And then, you know, our great sister, when she goes to the city council meetings, she shows how everyone voted. So any of you, I know Doreen and a few other people live in Chicago, you know, you need to look at who voted and how they voted and then act accordingly. Lanita, glad you were there. They were to shut up anyone who is for the regular people. This Johnson is a mini dictator. Yes. Lanita, what were you referencing, talking about you can't have dogs? What was that about? Ban people owning dogs. Who wants to do that? I haven't, let me know what that's about. All right. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. But Prosperity, that was an excellent video.
Thank you.
Because if you look at our title, we started off talking about bears, but we needed to pull in all not just the bears. I'm glad you had everything there, whole compilation, and that was excellent. Even Nemo, some other people were like, "Oh, this is a good video," you know. So
yeah, know the whole story of what's going on.
Okay, so it's not just the bears; it's several others, and you had it all there together. That was a very nice video, and yeah, I'm glad, like CJ, I'm glad. I hope everyone leaves. And that eventually should wake people up.
Whole new management. New management.
Just start over. Just throw all of them away. Start over. You know.
This man has literally come here to bankrupt Chicago. I am convinced, nobody can convince me otherwise, that is not the truth. He came here to bankrupt Chicago.
He's doing a good job. So.
Oh, he's doing a great job because he's the devil.
He acts like it.
No, he ain't acting. He is the devil in live flesh. He has allowed the devil to actually get him on the path of unrighteousness, of hurting people, and allowing all of this crime to occur. And his daddy, who's in his 80s, is a pastor. Go figure that.
He should have started with his own son first. Boom.
You think? You think?
Hey, Vacay.
He sure turned out a demon spawn. That's all he is, a demon spawn.
Spawn of Satan. Woo!
And nothing godly about this man. Nothing is godly about him.
God, no. No. Wow. Just wow. Yeah, that's some good. Nemo said, what kind of church? Okay, good question. All right.
Sure, it's not the Church of God. They call it the COGIC.
Koji.
Church of God in Christ.
Uh-huh.
Or maybe. Because these people put on these fake titles, and you know they're not walking the walk. They're not talking the talk. They only balking about everything that is a lie. Yet they don't exhibit any of these ways or behaviors.
Shouldn't be Kojic. It should be Kojis, Church of God and Satan.
Right. And then they have these so-called preachers come down there and pray. Look, y'all, on my live, I know if y'all notice, I sit my tail right down and I ignore them people, okay? Yeah. I ain't standing up for them preachers. I don't know what you're getting ready to pray about, and we can't receive everybody's so-called prayers of our lives either.
You better not.
We got to rebuke that stuff.
Yeah.
And then pledge allegiance to the flag. What goddamn flag? That flag is invisible sitting up there in City Hall. They might as well pull every other nation up in there but the United States. So I don't pledge allegiance with them either.
And that's how they like it. You know,
and then please stand up for this person or that person. All of y'all can kiss off. That is my behavior down there. And Brandon looks at me constantly while I'm sitting down there. Oh, he keeps his eyes glued on me. I sit right in his eyesight too, so he could see that. Oh yeah, and then the red shirt. I mean, I didn't have my red shirt. I had my white shirt with go red, no more blue, no matter who. Oh. And my red hat. Oh yeah, take an eye look, Brandon. Come on, eye candy for you. Does it annoy you? Good. Because the first day I had everybody come down there with those red shirts that I made for them and sit there all together. Brandon was just brewing. Yeah. He wanted to try to have all of us removed out the meeting. Yeah. Okay? All of us. Well, there happened to have been an organization that called out Brandon and said, hey, you're breaking laws. Yeah. You're breaking this. He wanted to have us to show our IDs. Look, the day I show an ID, them goddamn illegals better show an ID, okay? Because like I told them down there, I ain't showing you nothing if them illegals ain't showing you nothing.
That's right.
Okay? So consider it the same. You don't put them above me. They're not above me. Oh, my first speech down there was about that. 2 sets of laws. Their laws and our laws. I'm not following your laws because your laws don't apply to me. If you want to give them something that's above me, then watch me because I'm not following.
Yeah.
You don't give me rules. You don't give me laws. They done plastered a whole practically 2 or 3 pages of laws and rules that they set up down there since Brandon has been down there. Okay? Yes. Since Brandon. What you can't do, what you can do, what you can't do, can't. I kiss off.
Prosperity. Do you see what CJ said? 1,000 German Shepherd dog march in Washington. Woo! This how you doing, Vacay? Oh my God! So the Muslims don't like dogs. They want to get rid of dogs. They said they keep angels out of your house. Okay, they believe they're filthy. They keep angels from coming. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, New York has to be that.
Who let their dogs out? Roo, roo, roo. Let them out.
Let them out. Oh, CJ, I hope so.
Let all them dogs out. And if I had dogs, I'd let them out too.
From the Quran. Oh yeah. So they're telling people to be careful with their dog because they'll kill them. They think they're dirty and will keep angels away. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. They're gonna F around and find out killing people dogs.
You got that right. They'll find themselves unalive. They better leave people's animals alone. How
They
you
want to play games because
doing?
see, people are tired. We have been allowing them too long to get away with this crap. And let me tell you, you notice that a lot of this didn't get started as drastic as it did until Joe Biden got in office and
Right.
made America look like we were weak little punks.
Yep.
Exactly what he made us to look like. Oh, America has put their guards down. Now you can go in there and take over. The day that the hell freezes over, you're going to take over. Okay?
Look at Vacay. Vacay said, I have a dog. They better not be the last one. Okay, Vacay. Vacay's not playing that. Okay, Vacay.
We're just fed up with them. And this is not just here in Chicago. Look at New York and what is going on there. And I told the folks in New York, I said, y'all better start waking up and speaking up because if you don't, this crap is coming to a theater near you. And when I say the theater, that means your city.
Yeah.
This stuff is coming to you. It already went out there to California. Wake up, wake up. It's going to come to everywhere that they go. And let's make sure people get this. Although there may be red states, but the major cities are primarily blue.
Yes, they are.
So that can still affect matters in red states.
They do.
So we need to just go all across the board on this matter and stand up against this craziness and unrighteousness that they're doing to the citizens, irregardless of whatever state you're in.
Right.
It may look all hunky-dory wherever you're at, but rest assured, things slide up under the table. Things slither. That's what the snake was brought here for in the beginning of the Bible. The snake is here to deceive people, to make you think that I'm here for your healing. I'm here for your mind comfort. No, it's not the purpose of that. What a snake does, what a snake do. They slither and then they sneak up on you and they attack you.
Yep.
These are snakes, and they are no longer in disguise. This is how bold they have become, that they will tell you what they're going to do, and you just going to let it go right over here. And I ain't talking about y'all on here because y'all smart enough, but I'm talking about those who watch who are not, and they let it go right over their head and say, oh, no. And then when it comes, oh, they were right. Well, nobody's trying to be right later. We're trying to be right now.
Trying to be right now before it's
to
too late.
Stop it now.
That's a good
before
point.
This gets out of control, and then you don't have no control.
Good point. Good point, sis. Yeah, don't wait. It may be too late later. So, like I said, we're trying to do this now.
Yeah, we're not waiting on things to explode out of control and then say, "Wow, now we just got our hands tied. We can't do nothing, and everything is just going to bleep and bleep."
Yeah.
Well.
Oh yeah.
Just like Trump was saying things way back when. I knew in 2015 Trump was going to be president. It was showed through the Holy Spirit.
Right.
But I was mocked and teased, and now that ain't gonna never happen. La 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 la. Watch, because see, I trust the Holy Spirit over any human being that tells me anything. And sure enough, Trump was put in there. Now, why didn't Trump come in 2020? Y'all want to hear that? Y'all want the news on why Trump did not make the 2020? And it's not also so much about theft. It was because God didn't allow him, because the blindness of the people that wouldn't accept the truth from the earlier days. So now when you're blinding your eyes to the truth, God says, okay, I'll show you better than I can tell you, because you're obviously not listening to me. So now you're going to have to feel me and see the things that are going to occur. And that's why when Biden was allowed into that darn office, this was a wake up for everybody to see that this is the reality of what's going down. Now, okay, you got another opportunity now. 2024. Let's open the door. And let's keep this thing going to that we can get rid of all this evil out of here. Any other presidents that stood up for God? No. Only Trump spoke about God in
Yeah.
our day and time. Let's put it that way. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that the forefathers didn't, because schools were based on biblical principles in the earlier days of time.
Yep.
You were to learn about God and his commandments and his ways in the earlier days. Now, as time has gone past, they were removing that. Let's get the Bibles out the school. It's too powerful. Heck, some churches, let's get the Bibles out the churches.
Yep.
Make it make sense. Because you now see who is really standing up for Satan.
That's it.
Those who do not want that word, because they know that word is powerful, you speak the word and it shall happen. Okay? But you got to have faith in it and not doubt.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I don't walk around with fear, because anything that happens to me is because God allowed it. That's
That's
why
right.
Trump is constantly being attacked as
Yep.
he is, because God got the covering of protection over his life. He has a mission. Trump has acknowledged it this term. He didn't say it the last term, but he
Yep.
has acknowledged it this term.
Sure
That
has.
every time there's an attempt on his life, he's covered.
He sure is. I've said that on the channel several times. The providential hand of God saved him, and because they've been trying to take him out.
It's
But
called covered
yeah,
by the blood of Jesus.
yeah, and you can't, you know. Last time I checked, no one is above the Creator, a God. So, yeah, he has a mission, and that's why God saved him. I believe that firmly. All right, how you doing? Joel is just joining us. Do me a favor, folks. Hit that like button. We're up to 65 likes. Okay, woohoo! Also, if you will, if you're not already subscribed to Prosperity, please go ahead and drop your channel link. Want to make sure everyone's already subbed up to your channel.
Also, let me add this part too, y'all.
Okay.
So YouTube is going to try to hinder this information from getting out.
Yeah, you see.
The best way, even when our sisters putting out those shorts, when
Yeah.
I'm putting out these facts and truths,
They're not
it
putting
is hurting the Democratic Party's lies and the reality in which they live.
They're not.
And that's why if you don't see anything coming from us in your inbox, for sure, check subscribe all. That's number one. And number two, check back frequently yourself
To see,
and
yeah.
see what we may have out there. Because they will try to hinder us. Oh, I noticed that. Some things they'll let fly. And then there's some things they retain. Like that first video y'all saw that I put out there.
Yeah.
YouTube don't want that out there. They don't want it. But they
Nope.
can't stop my First Amendment.
Nope.
Because I have called them out. Trust me, they don't like me.
Yeah. And you know, like you said, certain videos, and if we're not, you know, one of the larger content creators, so we don't have, as soon as we drop a video, people with the large channels, as soon as they drop a video, thousands of people jump on. So they can't stop them. The logarithm is automatically triggered. Smaller channels like yours and mine, they don't suggest the video, and then again, people, I don't get it. People will not hit that like button. You would think you were asking people to pay. People do not realize how hitting that does so much for the channel. But I mean, I look at all the videos I look at on YouTube. I mean, it's not just our channel. People do not hit that like button. Even
That's right.
shorts. If you want to help our channels grow, hit the like button, share the streams out, share out our shorts. That helps the channels grow immensely. So in closing, Miss Prosperity, I need to go buy some deer corn because I ran out of deer corn for my deer. I need to go to Tractor Supply. What will you have? What would you like to say in closing?
In closing, I would like for people to understand what is truly happening as Chicago is going through it.
Yeah, they are.
To wait, to not stand by and allow that to happen where
Mhm.
you're possibly living. For those of us in Chicago, we can have the mindset to keep going and going and going. But the point that I'm making here, and the reason why I'm doing it, because again, I'm not that person that is primarily affected by the things that are going on here. I don't care if you're rich or you're poor, it affects everybody
Sure
in
does.
one way or the other. Rich are affected, and this is what I had expressed to Brandon Johnson, is because the rich are there, and many people who are rich, okay? I don't believe in no self-made millionaires.
Right.
I believe that it's either multiple ways. You could be blessed by God, but you can also be blessed by Satan
He sure
by
does.
selling out a soul.
That's
But
right.
yet you got to do the work that he has you to do.
Oh yeah, those are facts.
So my point that I would like to make is that you have to stay cognate. You have to stay informed and also share the information with others so that way they won't fall to the demise of the evil one and the works that they do.
Yeah.
I'm not saying everybody's perfect in every party that we have that's political. Don't
Right.
get me wrong on that either.
Oh yeah.
I'm saying discernment.
Yes.
Y'all heard me say this for over a year now that has been listening to me. Discernment is the key. How do I get discernment, Prosperity? You get discernment by getting in the word of God and pray for God to give you wisdom, revelation, knowledge, and understanding. So that way you can be guided with discernment when you come upon a person to see if that person is genuine or not. If that person is just out here for the okey doke, if they just trying to collect money,
That's
because a
right.
lot of them are. But the point that you have to be responsible for of yourself and accountable for yourself is making the informed decisions.
Yeah.
Education. Don't let that old saying that put it in the book because they won't read it. That was a black thing that was back in the old days. Now you black people know how to read today. You black people got internet today. You black people got all kinds of resources today. And you sure as hell got IDs. So
That's
don't let them tell you what
that's
you can and cannot do.
that's
Because what you cannot do is because you don't want to do it, not because you cannot do it. I am a walking testimony that came from little to nothing to much, because much is required when much is given. So you have to make sure that you are being responsible for what you are given,
that's
and
right.
don't sell your souls out to the devil, but
That's
only acknowledge who is your true premium source of survival, of living, of health, wealth, and prosperity. And that will be your success. I am a talking, walking testimony to the fact I don't speak things that I don't do.
right. Right. All right. Read with right, Lanita. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah,
Amen.
check it out. Oh man, now that was another sermon for me today. We all had a little church here with Sister Prosperity. We always have a good time with Sister Prosperity, and we're gonna get out of here now.
Amen.
We've been on here a couple of hours. I thought Kathy Hochul said black people didn't know how to use a computer. Boom. Ken said I had a baby when I was 15 years old with a black woman, and then I went to the Marine Corps, and then they shipped me to Lebanon. You're class of 81 Baru. All right, Ken. Salute. Thank you for your service, sir. All of my service people, thank you for your service in protecting our great country. We're going to go. Make sure you're checking out our sister's channel, my channel. I'm trying to upload at least 1 to 2 shorts every day. And so I'll be back on soon. If we have some breaking news of some kind, I'll jump on. Oh, Robert, he does. Look, Ken, I'm still looking for my black daughter. When I was overseas, my dad said I didn't make it. But my black daughter is out there wondering where's. Oh, Ken, I hope you find her, dear. All right, let us know, dear. There's so many platforms and things that you can use today to try to find missing loved ones. I hope you find your daughter, sweetie. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I enjoyed all of you. Thank you for sticking around. This was a marathon chat. We love you. Be safe.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, she is. Prosperity, keep up the good fight. Yes, all of you, we love you. Be safe. And just like I said, keep supporting us. We're going to keep producing great content. Thank you, Greg. And yeah, we enjoyed all of you.
Yes.
And just be safe, be cognizant of your surroundings. God bless you all. Coming to talk to you right now in the comment section.